Hey there, gang. It is April 21st, and you know what that means. Secrets of Strixhaven is now available on Arena, and we are going to find out just how fun these new cards are. Let's play some head games. Welcome, friends and opponents, to Head Games Arena. My name is Jet, and today is the day that Secrets of Strixhaven dropped on Arena, and so we're going to start in Brawl with one of the new Elder Dragons, and by that, of course, I mean we are playing Silverquill, the Disputant. So, this fancy dragon, who likes to talk a lot, is a 4-mana 4/4 with Flying and Vigilance, and it says each instant and sorcery spell you cast has Casualty 1. Casualty means as you cast this spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 1 or greater. When you do, copy the spell. If it has targets, you can choose new targets. Important to know that you have to choose the same modes, though. It's not going to come up a lot, but it is important to know. So the point of this deck is to get things that we can sacrifice, either tokens or creatures that come back from the graveyard, and then punish our opponents by copying really meaningful instants and sorceries, stuff that's interacting with their board or just giving us a lot of value, and then eventually just run our opponent over with either an army of tokens or just by obliterating all of their resources so they don't want to play the game anymore. So in order to do that, step one is make some stuff that we are going to be okay with sacrificing. So down here we've got Forsaken Miner, then a bunch of token creators in this 2-drop spot. Voice of Victory is an all-star that we're all aware of. Bitter Blossom. Jadar Ghoulcaller makes a zombie on the end step. Reassembling Skeleton comes back from the graveyard. Bitter Bloombearer makes fairy tokens. You get the idea, right? We're trying to make tokens or get stuff that we're sacrificing, and we don't really mind sacrificing them. In the 3-drop spot, Cosmic Grand Zenith. If we cast our second spell, we get token. Monastery Mentor every time we cast a non-creature spell. 3 Blind Mice makes a mouse token, then copies a token. The reason that I put this in the list is I also put Dedicated Dollmaker, which if you're not aware, there's a very fun interaction between these two cards where Dedicated Dollmaker makes a copy of 3 Blind Mice, and then the next 3 Blind Mice can copy the first one, and then it kind of gets exponential. It's really hilarious, and I'm glad that I get to play with it in Brawl because I had a lot of fun with it in Arena a couple of years ago. So other token generators, Adeline, Bastion of Remembrance, you get the idea, right? So from there, we're trying to double up those tokens with things like Anointed Procession, Mondrak Glory Dominus, or Elspeth Stormslayer, and then we're going to try to get some kind of instant or sorcery that's really powerful to punish our opponent. In the 3-drop spot, we've got Cerebral Confiscation, which either allows us to pick a card from our opponent's hand or just 2 cards in general. That and Ozai's Cruelty are both very good at just making our opponent really lose their entire hand. And once that's happened in most games, that's probably going to be the end of it. At the top end, we've got Old Standard Torment of Hailfire that just, if you have enough mana and you're copying the spell, this for like 5 copied, so it ends up being 10, it just actually ends the game. United Battlefront makes a whole bunch of tokens and makes your creatures bigger, so if you pop in 2 of these, your creatures get 2 +1/+1 counters, so you end up with an army that is really remarkably big. Breach the Multiverse gets the best thing out of your top 10 cards and your opponent's top 10 cards. Just a lot of fun to play, and does end up... One very sneaky spell that I want to pay attention to here, which I apparently don't have in the list, is Ameria, the MDFC that should be in the list but isn't. I thought it was because it's in my paper list, but it's not in this one. That's my fault. So that is the deck. Make tokens, get your commander out, sacrifice those tokens to Casualty to double up your instants and sorceries for fun and profit. It's really kind of a game of attrition, which is what Orzhov does very well. So before we head over to gameplay, I would like, of course, to invite everyone to like, subscribe, leave some comments down below. Love to hear what commanders you would like to see out of Secrets of Strixhaven as we explore Brawl over the course of the next couple of weeks. Thank you, as always, for being here. Let's play some head games. Okay, Silverquill, the Disputant in Brawl versus High Perfect Morkant. Okay. Okay, so Gemstone Caverns is a card I'm not overly familiar with. Yeah, it's... I am the starting player, so we can keep this. For sure. The challenge that we're almost certainly going to face, we will leave a land on top. Challenge we're going to face is that, you know, Morkant is kind of a board wipe deck as far as your commander goes. So, fetch land for our opponent. And really just, you know, Golgari Elves is a solid, you know, a solid deck no matter what. Grist, Voracious Larva. So it's a 1/2 with Death Touch. When Grist or another creature you control enter, if entered from your graveyard or cast, exile it, return it transformed. So and then on the back, it's the Plague Swarm. So I don't have a removal spell for... I think I can actually just pass here. I don't have to overthink it. So Shoot the Sheriff is going to have lots of really good targets here. So it wasn't a mana dork, so they're not casting a 3-drop on turn 2. Iron Shield Elf, very interesting. So also not ramping on this turn. So do I take Grist out here? I kind of feel like I probably should. But then I'm like, am I just holding? I should take the 1. I'm too quick to snap off removal in this format. Okay, 3 Blind Mice is interesting. So because this really incentivizes them to get rid of the mouse token. Like, it's almost like taking a removal spell out of their hand, because if they don't, I will get more. Fetch land for our opponent. They're going to activate it and get what? Another swamp. 3 mana gets you Vivian. Okay.
Beasts are much more reliable than humans.
Vivian makes your thing vigilant and reachy. We are getting in for attacks. I am, of course, not going to block. Excellent. Okay, we are copying the mouse. I think we're okay here. I don't dislike where we're at all. Okay, Gemstone Caverns. We're gonna play Cosmogrand Zenith. Then we're gonna play Village Rites, sacrificing one of our token mice. That's going to make 2 token humans. And we're going to draw a few cards. Definitely looking for more lands in the cards that we're trying to draw. They're always going to hold priority here because they have an instant speed discard outlet in Iron Shield Elf. So it can be a little frustrating. Because, you know, we have to sit here and watch them figure out, oh, you have priority, friend. You have to decide whether or not you want to discard something in response, which you don't. There's no reason to at this point, but okay. Let's draw some cards. Still only have 1 black mana, which is a very bad thing for us. So yeah, no attacks for us. Our opponent isn't really threatening us that much right now. So they're going to play Morkant. So this is surprising because... Oh, okay. So we have to Blight here. So we Blight the mouse, right? I forgot that Morkant triggers itself. Yeah. I could actually keep my token. I think I'm gonna keep my token. Alright, so this is just flying. Okay, so if I play Elspeth on my turn, I can take out Vivian, especially now that it's down to 3. So I think, I'm not sure that our opponent attacks anymore. Okay, Secure the Waste is very strong here. Alright, I don't know if it matters which token I copy, but we're going to do that. Okay, so I can cast 2 cards, which is very valuable. Like, drawing something else that I could cast makes this turn at least a little bit better. So we're going to shoot the Sheriff. This really puts our opponent at a disadvantage. It really does, because did they miss a land drop? No, we were on the play, so we are one ahead. But they also aren't ramping, so this puts them back a little bit. Yep. Morkant goes back to the command zone. We are definitely going to cast Secure the Waste for 2, so that we get our second spell trigger. So I think we're actually putting counters on everything now. Yep. And we're gonna bring these two at Vivian. So, yep.
I'm not losing.
Okay, that was a good block on our opponent's part. So they decided to pitch a card. So the benefit of that was now Vivian has the plus.
I've seen puppies whine less than you.
Important to remember that Grist has reach. This does allow you to play your creatures with flash speed, right? We very much would have liked to have drawn. Oh, I can double spell here thanks to swords. Okay, this is where things get fun. Okay, my creatures all got bigger. I'm gonna cast my commander. We are gonna swords with casualty. We're gonna target Grist. We're gonna sacrifice one of these 2/2s. And that is enough. Going too wide for our opponent. Game 2, Silverquill the Disputant in Brawl. This time versus Mythweaver Pock, which is, in my experience, a very strong card. Like a super, super strong card. Okay. So... this is interesting, but I don't have any interaction. So, not really sure what that means. I think I'm going to keep it. I'm not really fully understanding. Like, I've only played against this deck a couple of times, and I know generally what it's trying to do. Okay, so I know on turn 1 we're fetching for a Surveil land. We will 100% keep an interaction spell. Karn's Bastion is the first land for our opponent. We will follow up with a Swamp and Terminus of Return. That was a mistake. I should have played the Talisman so that I could confidently play Mondrak next turn. Okay, this makes me feel a little bit better, because taking out the ramp spell on our opponent's part makes everything go a little bit better. Okay, so we will Talisman of Hierarchy and Ophiomancer. Go to their turn and make a snake. So now we need a spell. Preferably a 1 mana spell. 3 mana gets our opponent Ronas the Indomitable. Okay, so now we have 5 mana. Okay. So we've got 5 mana, and we've got a Ophiomancer. This thing can't attack or block unless you control another creature with power 4 or greater. So Mythweaver essentially becomes something that we can block. So we leave our snake up at this point, I think. So we're going to go Mondrak. And we'll attack with the Ophiomancer to get the 2 in, and we'll leave the snake up. Okay, so... yeah. We're going to sacrifice the snake and the talisman. We'll put an indestructible counter on it so it doesn't die. That's what Mondrak does. And now Mondrak makes 2 snakes. Okay. What do I hit with Dollmaker? I actually have no idea. I think I just bring it, honestly. Maybe I leave 1 snake up so I can block Ronos whenever they cast the next thing. I think I get Anointed Procession down. And I attack with the Theomancer and Mondrak. Yeah, we'll leave both of our snakes up because... okay, here comes the Mythweaver. So if they try to attack... okay, Mythweaver replicates the forest. Mythweaver just gets very big very quickly. Are you going to bring it? You're not. Okay, that's okay. Now I'm at least in a little bit of trouble. Because I can't really do anything right now. So I can make multiple Anointed Processions. Just putting it out there. This is interesting. Let's do it. Let's do it. Dedicated Dollmaker. Hit the Anointed Procession. And from here, I think we attack with the snakes. Yep. And I think that's it. So I think we're actually going to activate Mondrak again. Okay. I don't love that. Okay. Ophiamancer down. Land for turn? We need to draw something that draws us cards, I guess. I mean, anything that makes tokens is going to be pretty bananas right now. Yeah, feel like I may have made an error here. Probably should not have bothered attacking with the snake. It doesn't really do what I need it to. We're in trouble. Okay, we will activate Fabled Passage. Get another Plains. We'll play Voice of Victory, and we will play our commander. Kind of in a tough spot here, so no attacks for us. I mean, if they want to trade their Kogla for my snake, that's definitely something that they can do. Oh, that is interesting. You're gonna sacrifice Kogla? No, you're gonna sacrifice your commander. Wow, I think we've lost. I think our opponent's deck is doing exactly what it's supposed to, and ours definitely fizzled. We're empty-handed. They have 10 cards in hand. We're probably done now. Really? All those cards and you don't have something? Oh, there it is. There it is. You got it. Do you? Do you have it? Yeah. Yeah, they've got it. Good night. Thank you, Craterhoof. Game 3, Silverquill the Disputant versus Lumra, another mono green ramp list, I imagine. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So this is probably fine. I don't have, like, good interaction here. I guess Cornered by Black Mages does actually... yeah, let's keep this. Cornered by Black Mages does actually, you know, make a creature token and interact with what our opponent's doing. Of course, they have Llanowar Elves on one, because of course they do. So we'll start with Marsh Flats. I mean, I shouldn't say it like that. Of course the deck does. Like, there are so many one-drop mana dorks in the format. So, does it matter? I don't think that it does. I'm asking myself, does it make sense for me to get Forsaken Miner out right now? And the answer is no, it doesn't matter. So, turn 2 for our opponent. Is Tifa Lockhart? Good grief. It's a Tifa deck? I mean, funny part is that, like, it's not a Tifa deck. It just ended up a Tifa deck. Okay, so we will play Elas Ilkor as a way to deal with Tifa. Ride the Shoe Puff. Lands for turn. Tifa gets bigger. Bigger. Excellent. One more. Arboreal Grazer. Tifa. That's a little absurd, isn't it? Isn't it a little absurd that they had Tifa and that they had this absolutely ridiculous draw? I mean, seriously. So we definitely make them discard the last 2 cards in their hand. They attack for 1. Okay. We play our commander. Okay. All right. Lands, am I right? Okay. So let's play Phyrexian Tower. Let's play Forsaken Miner. And I think from here... I'm gonna attack with my commander, and then I'm gonna hold. So Grave Expectations is a way for me to gain a bunch of life very quickly. So I do feel like we're probably okay now. So I'm just gonna say go. 5th land for our opponent. Somebody gets a counter. Yep. Wow, that thing's neat. Yeah, you got it. Okay. Okay. Secure the Waste for 3. With Casualty. Play the mana. Sacrifice Forsaken Miner. All the Secure the Waste tokens. Okay. Let's get Ardenvale down. How many cards are in their graveyard? 4. So I'm just going to nuke their graveyard, right? But I want to do this first. I want to play Corner by Black Mages with Casualty, targeting our opponent, sacrificing one of these. We are not going to get Forsaken Miner back right now. So what are we sacrificing? Wow, what? Wow. What in the world? Wow, I'm so annoyed. I had no idea. These alchemy cards, I don't know what they do. Like, I've never seen so many of them before, so you can't really play around it. Okay. So let's sacrifice a creature to make 2 black. We're going to do this. We're going to cast Grave Expectation, exiling. I'm confused. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Sacrificing a creature. Getting all of these triggers. Oh, that's it! Oh, that's enough. Exiling their graveyard means Lumra doesn't do anything. It doesn't mean that, but I think they gave up a little easy there. Like, they could cast Lumra next turn, and Lumra's a big monster. So I'm not sure that I win that one. Game 4, Silverquill the Disputant in Brawl versus Krang the Mastermind. Excellent, excellent blue artifact deck. Yeah, this is probably fine. So your life total can't change. Permanents you control gains hexproof, indestructible. I don't have a lot of artifact removal. I'm actually feeling like this is probably a bad matchup, but I think we can keep this because it does put pressure on very quickly by landing Bitter Blossom on 2. Let's see if we can resolve Bitter Blossom on 2. If we do that, I think we've got a chance. So we will do our very best to play Bitter Blossom. Okay. Okay. I actually think that we've got a chance with Bitter Blossom on 2. Our opponent plays Mind Stone. Into Grindstone. Oh, are they milling? Is that what we're doing? Okay. I think Morbid Opportunist to maximize our mana use. I actually really love the idea of heisting stuff from our opponent's graveyards. Gosh, Key to the Archive. They had an amazing draw. An amazing draw. Okay. I mean, we get in for 3, or 2 even. We'll play Elas El Kor, and then end the turn. Our opponent gets to cast their command. Oh, actually, their commander doesn't do anything right now, other than be a big creature. They want to remove Morbid Opportunist, steal it maybe. Might Stone and Weak Stone, sure. Okay. Taking out the Morbid Opportunist, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's fine. Drain our opponent for 1. Does machines. Mill 2 cards, draw 2, ditch 2. Okay. Okay. I'm okay with this. Mill 2. Draw 2. It's actually very... Grave Expectations just became very useful. What's in their graveyard? Giant Craft Helm, Mind Slaver. Okay. So... I think I do it now. Yeah, I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna take all the artifacts out of their graveyard. And that's it. We will make another fairy, 4th land is excellent. So, tricky part here, right, is that Silverquill, unfortunately, probably just eats it. That's not necessarily true. Let's Silverquill. Gain some life. Get in for 4. I mean, we're dangerously close to just just beating them with damage at this point. So, Mox Amber does something. And their commander, yep, draws 3 cards. Pretty good. Bonesaw? What are we doing? Why are we... What are we doing? I'm at least a little confused of what our opponent's game plan is. So, we're activating Mind Stone to draw a card. They're looking for outs. That's good for them. So, I can 100% cast Flare of Fortitude if I need to. Currency Converter is a very cool card. It's a super cool card. Draw this card. You got it. Put a card under Currency Converter. I just learned about Currency Converter because I'm playing the new Lorehold Precon in our next Commander League. Okay, here we go. We will play Zulaport Cutthroat. Attack for a lot. Do we hold Illisil Core back? Do we care? We do. We do. We don't want Elas to die. We also don't want them to just trade with their commander there. We're going to leave everything up now. We don't want them to trade. Are they going to grind us or themselves? They're going to grind themselves. What do you get? You get the Tome of Gadwick. Makes a creature bigger. A Mind Stone in the graveyard. Coldstone Heart is just a mana rock. Grindstone can do some work, but it is a 100-card format, so it's very fully possible. Okay, draw Ditch. Card goes under Currency Converter. They are done. Okay. Yeah, that was okay. That was okay. Game 5. Excellent. A new Strixhaven commander. We're playing Silverquill the Disputant. Our opponent is on Professor Delian Fell, which I think is a very cool choice. You can't see it because my face is over it. But it's a 4-mana Planeswalker. It's kind of a life gain deck. So, okay. We are 100% keeping this. We'll play our fetch land on 1. I don't like waiting till our opponent's turn to do it, so we're going to get Shadowy Backstreet. That's going to enter and Surveil. Looking for a land. We will leave that on top. 2 mana rocks makes me feel very good about this. Our friend the Professor is also living that fetch land life, which is very funny. Oh, Overgrown Tomb and Thoughtseize. Delighted Halfling is excellent. Okay, so I could play Dark Ritual and get both of my mana rocks out here. I'm not sure that that's right. Isolated Chapel. I get both my mana rocks out and have 2 mana left over. It doesn't really do anything for me though. Okay, we're just gonna play the Talisman, and we'll pass. 3 mana for our opponent gives them Mind Roots. Okay. Yep. So we're going to discard Dark Ritual and our Signet. That's a good card. Okay. We will play our land for turn and play Caretaker's Talent. Not feeling great. Need a way to make tokens. I guess Ardenvale makes tokens. Binding of the Old Gods, so good. Oh, our opponent is just really, really putting the screws to us. I guess. Actually, no. We need spells. Like, our opponent just seriously outpaced us in a very significant way. Okay, we're going to play Comball. Our opponent's going to ramp and then play their commander, which is going to destroy our creature. We just got taken to school, and I don't mean that as a pun. Like, our opponent is just playing good old-fashioned Golgari mid-range, and we just absolutely got housed here. This war of attrition is officially over. If I were them, I'd play the commander and destroy Comball with the commander. Yeah, that's how you do that. Now I really want to play that deck. Yep. Okay, Castle Ardenvale. So, I think that... Okay, how do I do this? If I play Silverquill, they're just going to remove it. Right? That's exactly what's gonna... I don't think I have another option, though, so let's get my commander down and see what happens next. Creatures get Death Touch. I fully... Okay, draw... You see, they get to draw 2 cards every turn now. I feel very bad about where we're at. If it weren't apparent from my tone of voice. We are... Okay, Dark Ritual for our opponent, and... This is another alchemy card. Yeah. Good game. We're done. We had fun. We're fine. Silverquill the Disputant Brawl. Game 6 versus Raph and Mikey. So we finally get to go back to playing against Raph and Mikey. Okay. This is okay. I can keep this. It is unfortunately a little slow. We'll start with Concealed Courtyard. What could I get on turn 2 that would make our lives a little better? Ramp, I guess? Token generator of any kind? A land is not it. Second land for our opponent and a ramp spell of their own. If it's a mana dork, we can remove it, although it probably makes sense for us to hold up Shoot the Sheriff. Rampant Growth for our opponent. Forsaken Miner does virtually nothing here. I am actually not sure what we play next. It might be a Lenda after Forsaken Miner. They're not doing anything about that. They don't care about that. Play another ramp spell. What are you doing? There we go. That's all it takes. Every time with this deck. Every single time. Okay, Swiftfoot Boots. We will attack with the Forsaken Miner. I guess I probably should have left the mana up so that I could get... Oh, I guess I'm not sacrificing it. Yeah. Okay. Shoot it. And they just get it back next turn. So, what do? We play our own commander. Put the Swiftfoot Boots on it. This has trample, right? Okay. Yeah. I mean, they're just going to do it again on their turn. This deck is so consistent. The Raph and Mikey deck is infuriatingly consistent. It just does exactly the same thing every game. It attacks with Raph. It always hits something ridiculously big. Alright, Vorinclex. If you would tap for mana, an opponent taps a land, that land doesn't untap under the next untap step. Okay. Yes, I know. I cannot believe that that card is in this format. We take out Raph.
One fewer foe.
We get in for 6. We're probably done here. Yeah, okay. I lose to that deck every time. Alright, game 7. Silverquill the Disputant versus Katara, the Waterbending Master. We are on the draw with bad mana, an early removal spell. What's Katara? It's a 1/3. I think I have... No, I can keep this. I can keep this. There's a lot of removal in the hand, so I'm in favor of it. Untapped land makes all the difference. Wish it were anything but the Signet, but the Signet's fine. Alright, Swamp is our second land. Orzhov Signet. Draws out a counterspell. You wouldn't counter our ramp, would you? No, you wouldn't. Doesn't make sense to. Three mana. Here's Katara. Okay, Shattered Sanctum for us. I actually have 2 shots to remove her, so I think that that's fantastic. Do I play Swiftfoot Boots? Yeah, let's play Swiftfoot Boots. And then we will pass. You're not an outlaw, are you? No. They didn't cast a spell during our turn, which seems like they were holding up maybe something like Wash Away. No attacks for our opponent. It looks like they missed a land drop, which is going to make things at least a little bit better for us. Okay, so we will play a land for turn and say go. Our opponent is going to cast something. Alright, each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. The war of can I kill your commander is over. Okay, we will play an Isolated Chapel. We will play Orzhov Signet. And we will play Elenda the Dusk Rose. Probably directly into a counterspell. You don't say in your mono blue counter everything deck. Replay your commander. Okay. We'll play ours. No! Stop! That is so offensive. So offensive. I hate free counterspells. That is not fair. That's fine. Put it in the command zone. Remove your commander. Gosh. Free counterspells are absolutely offensive. Liliana. Their deck is all counterspells. Yeah, I'm taking your Wash Away. Oh, they get to see it? Yeah, let's cast our commander. Okay. Now we're on to something. Swiftfoot Boots on our commander? Okay. Zulapur Cutthroat. Get in for 4. Mox Amber is free. What does Mox Amber require? Legendary? Okay. Oh, if we close this out, I'm gonna be very surprised. And the turn. Each player chooses a non-land permanent they control. Return all non-land not chosen this way to their hand. That's fine. We'll leave our commander. Land for turn. Zulaport Cutthroat. Signet. Activate the encampment. Get in for 6. 2 points of drain. Okay. What do we got? River's Rebuke. River's Rebuke. We'll try to wash away your Katara. Oh, that feels so good. Countered with your own counterspell. All right, friends, opponents, how did we do today? We were 4-3 on camera with our Silverquill the Disputant deck. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this commander as a Brawl commander. I think being able to manage one person versus managing 3 people at a commander table means that getting that extra value out of those casualty spells when it's just something like, you know, Shoot the Sheriff or Sheoldred's Edict, that seems at least a little underwhelming when you're at the commander table. Like, okay, so I sacrifice one of my creatures to get an extra removal spell, but is that good enough? And here it doesn't necessarily feel, here it does feel like it's good enough. Here it's I'm taking out several of my opponent's creatures for one spell, so if we are playing that game of attrition, I'm going to win that in the long run. Looking over the list and having played it a couple of times here, I really do feel like I would like to add more card draw. I'm not sure exactly what that would look like, but there are, you know, things like Sign in Blood and Night's Whisper that you could have early in the game, which is just going to turn one creature into 4 cards. That feels very strong. It's a dang shame the Skull Clamp isn't on Arena because it would go very well in this list. So there aren't a lot of new cards to talk about here. One that's very, very, very strong here is Decorum Dissertation. I think this card is just as good as it looks, if not better. It is a sleeper hit in a lot of ways. I'm sorry, that's not right. It's not a sleeper. Everybody is kind of looking at this card and going, oh, that's pretty good. I'm here to tell you that I think it's excellent. I really do think that you should consider going out and picking up a couple of these cards for your commander deck if you have black in the color identity, especially if you're in like that kind of mid-range matchup. Just drawing an additional 2 cards every turn is super, super strong in a format where you're almost always getting to that 5 mana, that 5 mana amount. And in this deck, the first time you cast it, you can potentially casualty and get it twice. So ultimately, I think that this deck is fairly solid on the Brawl ladder, not a ladder. There are some synergistic decks out there that just really feel like they're dunking on us, but I am just really loving the Brawl format because of how diverse and interesting it is. 7 games, we didn't play against the same thing once, and we even got to play against another deck playing a new commander, which housed us. Actually, absolutely took us to school, and I'm really looking forward to playing that deck later on. So before I move to wrap up, if you're here at the end listening to me ramble, thank you very much. Staying till this point in the video is one of the best things you can do to help support the channel and kind of boost our algorithm. So thank you as always for being, you know, being a fan, being somebody who watches the videos. We see you, we appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So with that, I will say good night, thanks again, and as always, take care of your head. Hey gang, thanks so much for tuning in. Click that subscribe button to support the channel and check out our last Brawl video featuring Aang at the Crossroads and his army of clones.